Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Cryotic video. We are here on the car with my friend Yazzm. We are attacking, which means we are on the weaker side. But of course, we're doing the best. When you're on the attacking side, usually you want to use a bomber, but for some reason, the first order cannot field bombers. Maybe they are too poor. Maybe Kylo spent all his money. Oh my god, destroyed. Maybe Kylo spent all his money on the Starkiller base, and there's not enough left for bombers. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, with the TIE fighters and TIE interceptors, we will prevail, hopefully. The A-wings, of course, in my opinion, are superior to the TIE interceptors, but again, in the end, it's all depending on the pilot. In lore, of course, rebel pilots, in this case resistance pilots, are slightly better than the TIE fighter pilots. They have better training and possibly they are better equipped. You know, the A-wings is slightly better than the TIE fighters and the TIE interceptors. But that's lore, and this is a game. And in the game, they are, again, the A-wings and the X-wings are slightly better than their TIE fighter counterparts. So currently, we are doing quite a good job. We almost destroyed the first objective, and we have 120-ish lives left. This is quite good, because this map is usually more favored for the defenders. But that's mostly on the second objective. On the second objective, the enemies are spawning quite close to it, while we are spawning on the other side of the map. And of course the enemy's only job is to hunt you down, while the attackers need to focus the objectives and still fight off enemy fighters and interceptors and heroes. But I like this map. It's, you know, a challenge to the objective exploded. A challenge to undertake. And every time, especially if we are playing together with my friend, it's a challenge we take very seriously. You may say a little bit sweaty, but you have to be in order to have a chance to win. Because this, when we are on the defending side, we only need to kill the enemies. And now, even if they kill the bots, for example, they are taking down our tickets. Which I'm not sure if I like that decision by Motive Interactive, developers. But I'm not sure. Maybe bombers and, you know, the TIE fighters that specifically target the objectives is a good thing, that, you know, you're losing lives to. But the regular starfighters, you know, the air starfighters that they're killing, maybe they shouldn't take a life from us. Or maybe they should kill 3 and then be losing 1 life. But again, I'm just talking as I would like to be. Maybe with all the hype recently, we'll get Battlefront 3 and we'll get some rebalancing of Battlefront 2 maps. The dream for me for Battlefront 3 will be for them to add the maps from the original Battlefront games, and then of course Battlefront 1 and 2, the remakes. And then something like they did for Hitman. If you are following the Hitman series, they included maps from all Hitman games. I mean the remake games. And they did quite a well job. Oh my god. I crashed into the antenna. That was very unlucky of the bunker buster. And now there is no hero for me. Poor Cryotic. Oh well, but at least we are doing quite well with the objectives. So the second objective is very difficult, especially for newer players, because when you go into the tunnel to target the core beams, you are very vulnerable to being attacked from the enemies, and then the EMP explosion pushes you back, which usually kills you, especially if you're not positioned right. And even worse, if you're with mole, it usually kills you in any sort of way. And mole, of course, is best for objectives. And that's why we have a massive debuff when attacking on this map. And that objective on the right, the enemies are spawning right behind it. So this one, the objective I'm attacking right now, it's a little bit easier to target because it's far away from their spawn point. But even this one, it almost killed me. It almost killed me. With the TIE Interceptor, which I'm playing right now, it's not the best suited for attacking the objective, but I do what I can. Doing my part. So the pulse, it's not TMP actually, it's the gravity pulse, I guess, something like that. It always pushes you back or pushes you front if the cores are behind you. So it pushes away from the cores. That's the best way to describe it. That guy, it's Yola, okay. I was going to say that guy was lucky to kill me because the field activated. So I'm considering now, Kylo is probably the best option overall. He's after all, top tier Starfighter hero. So he's quite good at surviving, extremely good at making damage. As you see there, Yoda gets melted in 2 seconds. And of course he's quite good with the objectives. Especially these difficult objectives, because he's very maneuverable. You can get... that was again dangerous. You can get in and out the objectives quite well. And this is again extremely dangerous. When the field explodes, if you're on the sides of it, it's the worst thing that can happen, because it will crush you in the top or bottom of the objective. So of course, when you're attacking, your main priority is the objective, especially in the difficult maps like this in Endor. But again, if you clear the enemies, they will take time to respawn, and in the meantime your friendlies can focus the objective. So it's a little bit balancing act. You want to do the focus extremely more on the objectives or focus the enemies. But you know me already. I try to do everything and usually succeed at it, but not always. So now we're seeing with Yazzm, we are running low on lives, so we need to focus the objectives definitely. 10%, it's really doable, of course, especially with 80 lives. It's possibly almost guaranteed now. But we are losing quite a lot of lives. Some of our bros, teammates, cannot even get to the objective, again, because the enemies are spawning on top of it and we are spawning way back. And we've done it. They only gave us 100 lives, which is nothing. Extremely nothing. And now we have to take down the 3 bunker busters that were flying around this entire match. That guy that I'm chasing is probably a hero. It's most likely it was Luke. But he's done. And now the enemies are swarming somebody. So many enemies on our tails. Yazzm is flying around with the interceptor. So first, on the bunker busters, you target the engines, and when they're taken out, you target the core of the bunker buster. That was close. I almost crashed. That was nice seismic charge. I didn't think it killed anybody, but it looked nice. So once you taken down the engines, you can target the bunker buster anywhere and do damage to it. Somebody's targeting me, so I have to get away. Get away, get away. At this stage, mole is almost absolutely necessary. Good mole here, especially if the enemies are not targeting him too much. He can finish the match all by himself. So as I was Kylo, Lintra killed me. My job is both damage the bunker busters, but also harass the enemies so they cannot kill our mole. And I think Yazzm is taking mole as much as possible. He's staying back and using the stealth offensively, and then trying to hide. That was dangerous again. Oh, yep, it was too dangerous. Cryotic, what are you doing? Okay, hopefully nobody takes my heroes. Yazzm lost Mole, so I'll take him. Again, with Mole, when you're stealth and you go out of stealth with my star cards, you can watch the video for what star cards I use. Just search for it on my channel. I did half the damage, half the HP of this bunker buster, just with one volley. So you use the E ability for stealth, then you press Q ability on your target or anywhere, but on your target is okay, and you have unlimited fire with extra damage with Maul for at least 5 seconds, I think, 4 or 5 seconds. And just like that, with just 2 stealths, I killed almost the entire bunker buster myself, which is amazing. Maul without the stealth and Q ability is also doing a lot of damage, but his cooldown, especially with the star cards I have at the moment, is not great. His weapons are getting hot too easily. And in this case, for example, I didn't press my Q ability and I just fired for a few seconds. So you still get the stealth extra damage. Oh, again, this is dangerous. Cryotic, what are you doing? So wobbly. But I'm getting desperate here because we have... Kill it. Okay. We had only 26 lives left. This match, the entire match, we are focusing the objective so well, and we are still so close to losing. And again, this is the only map, I think. Yes, I think it is. The only Starfighter map, at least, that has 4 objectives. So the 4th objective is just to hunt the enemies down. So basically the entire map now is self-destroying, and it will leave us only with us and the enemies. And we have to hunt down, I think, 40 or 50, doesn't matter, in 2.5 minutes. Which is quite easy, because we are not losing lives, we are losing only time, and they are losing lives quite a lot. So the best thing for the enemies to do now is to survive, but of course they cannot really survive with us assaulting them and the basically whole map destroying itself. They got me, but I'll be back in a few seconds and they're losing a lot of lives. The time is more than enough to kill 50 people, as a team of course. So you can basically see there's no map left now. There are only the enemies. So of course we are vulnerable, but losing lives now doesn't matter too much for us. And it matters a lot to them. 1 more life and we're done. A great match overall. What can I say? I hope you guys really enjoyed this one, as much as I enjoyed playing it and commenting over it. And I hope you guys keep on keeping on with the Battlefront 3 rally. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.